The amount that they have touched so many of us here in the United States already has been gloriously beautiful and full of love and kindness from them. We can all feel it. It touches. A lot of us cry almost all the time when we watch their report. We're just really, I'm very, very happy to be here today.
So after 99 days of walking, and these days, me and many other monks are getting sick. As you can hear my voice, right? And I try my best to talk. And I heard that there are so many people outside as well. Not come in because they don't have space. And I'll try to wrap this up so we can start moving to the next location. So how many of us here that's already joined my talk? Okay. So today, after 4 days walking in Virginia, today is actually the largest crowd in Virginia. We have walking through so many places that not many people, because there's not a lot of houses. And so when we come to this town, there's a lot of people welcoming us. And unfortunately, the weather is not that good, but we still have some sunshine, right? Yes. So when you be out there, please be careful with those eyes still out there. Okay? How many of us that already practice by writing down the statement, today is going to be my peaceful day? You write that down every morning, or you just think of it? Write it down is what I ask. So how many of us that actually write that down in the morning? Please raise your hand. Roughly about 30 out of 300. Okay. So what is the problem here?
Need more mindfulness.
What is the problem that is stopping us from writing down that statement? Today is going to be my peaceful day. Is it because it's not helpful? Is it because it's not necessary? Or is it because no motivation to do it? No motivation. Who's in here that have no motivation to write that down? So what is the main problem here?
Awareness and time. Create time. Self-motivation.
The mind
over matter.
Okay, so we have all kind of excuses. Let me tell you one thing. 3 years ago, if I don't make a vow, silent vow for myself to take on this walk, today won't happen. Just because of one thought, that I want to do something for our people. And walking is what I wanted to do. Just for that one thought. And I have been thinking and thinking and thinking about it for 3 years. With that desire, whenever I do anything that is wholesome, I make that vow again and again, over and over, to support my vow. And then a couple months ago, in 2025, I decided to walk. And I asked my teachers that, can I do this? He said yes. So, the reason why I want to tell you that is, without us have a strong determination for ourselves, there's no way that we can do anything else. We could do the thing that we need to do, but it's just going to repeat over and over with what we have been doing for a long time. Nothing changed. There's a lot of important things in this world that we need to do. But we only do it for a couple of times and then we give up. But there's a lot of things that is not necessary. You don't even need a motivation, you still do it. A lot of things. For 99 days, we have walked, I have talked a lot. Like in the morning, noontime, and then evening, nighttime. Talk the whole day. And I talk about this so many times, but you still don't have the motivation, or you still don't want it to put your effort into it to make it happen. But you're willing to drive yourself out there to wait in the cold for hours. And here again that you standing in front of us listening to my talk. And after this, when you go home, you go back to your old day again. So what is the purpose here? Are we willing to change to be a better? Or we just because of the trend, or is it because of something that is so different and we just want to see it, we just want to hear it in person and then that's it? This is different. Like I said, if this waffle piece is going to be the same as many other missions, everybody just coming out for it, and then at the end, everything settled out. Nobody remember about anything about it again. I don't want this waffle piece to be the same, like that. It would be a lot of waste of time for all of us here and all the monks and all that effort that the monks have made. 99 days of walking. Can anybody imagine how difficult or terrible that is for the monks to walk? Especially in this weather. And during the hot time too. We started out in Texas very hot, right? And then we come here very cold. We have went through so many challenges. And so for us to continue without stopping, without giving up, we have to have a strong determination for ourselves. We know the meaning behind it. And of course, for all this love and support, since we started to here to this state, there's so many people coming out. That tells me how important it is for all the people in this country and around the world. Is it right? Yes. So if that is the right thing, if that is what I said is right, it is very important, then what makes us stopping from what we supposed to do every morning by writing down that statement that I always said, if we just think about that in our head, it's totally different. We've been doing this for years, right? But why I say you have to get a piece of pen, a paper and a pen out, write out the statement. Today is going to be my peaceful day. Just write that down. Read it over and over with our eyes and then read it out loud with our mouth. You don't know how important it is for our eyes, our mouth, our hands, and our head to do this job together. Very powerful. Super powerful. And if we can do this, it reminds you more often during your day. If you keep thinking in your head, and that's it, with that habit, it's not strong enough to remind you. How many of us here that actually can control or can manage your emotion after you woke up and you thought about that statement, today is going to be my peaceful day, and then you have a peaceful day? When somebody says something, does something to you, and you still remain calm and patient. Who in here can have done that? Okay, less than 10 people. What about 290 people left here? Your day is messed up? Yeah? Messed up, right? Then why not writing that down? If your day is already messed up, then why can't you just get a piece of paper and a pen out and write it down? The reason why I always say that is because I practice. I will not tell you what I don't practice. When I practice, I know the benefits of it. I will talk about it. And when I talk about mindfulness, I know how important it is about mindfulness because I practice that every day. Writing down that statement with concentration, that is mindfulness practicing. That is also meditation. Mindfulness, which is the key that all of us need. We are lack of mindfulness. We are doing everything in this world without mindful. You're not mindful with what you're doing. Because of that reason, anything happens, you react and you suffer. You messed up your day. Because you're not mindful, right? If you're mindful enough, you will not let your day be messed up. That is the reason why I always ask everybody to write that down, that statement, and read it over with our eyes and read it out loud. And why do I have to say, you have to read it out loud? Anyone remember? Send that to the universe. Of course, we will send ourselves first. But you have to send that statement to the universe. All of us here say one time for me. Today is going to be my peaceful day after I count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Today is going to be my peaceful day. You hear that sound, right? Yes. You hear that voice of yourself and the other, right? Yes. Can you imagine if all the people in each and every single house doing the same thing in the morning, with that energy, send that to the universe and spread out to this universe, what is going to happen?
It's going to be a peaceful day.
The universe will shower back down with love and kindness and compassion and peace. We've been spreading hate, anger, and everything to the universe. Now all we need to do is just change that. Send the positive instead of negative. Let's say in this crowd right here, all of us are peaceful right now. That is why this energy that we can share with each other. But if there's somebody here, or me, with a very angry mind, angry speech, would you like to send me a listen? Of course not. That energy spread out, right? So with the energy of that, what we do in every day, in every morning, is support ourselves first, is support our family, and the whole community, and the whole world. It is very important. That is why I say you have to walk with us. Not just the monk who walk alone. Of course, in spirit. I ask all of us to walk in spirit with the monk. By doing that every day. Simple, right? It's not difficult as walking. You're not walking out there for 99 days with us. All you need to do is just every morning when you wake up, write that down, that statement down, that's it. So, I'm not sure what is the problem in between, but this is like the third time that I ask the crowd, and this is the same result that I get. I'm not sure what the problem is, but I hope after today we'll truly take that into action. Because like I said, I don't want to waste your time, and you don't want to waste our time either, right? And we've been wasting our time for years doing a lot of nonsense things, right? Anything in our life, we just do it and do it and do it without thinking. Should I do this? Shouldn't I do that? And unfortunately, with all the bad things, with all the things that is not needed, we do it all the time. That is why I say we wasted our time. We shouldn't waste our time anymore because we don't have much time left in this world. Who can guarantee that you have a lot of time left in your life? Nobody. Nobody. Because everything's so impermanent. We could let go of everything and then go to another world within a second. We don't know. What if we don't have anything to carry with us to our next life? I'm not talking about that fancy jacket, eyeglass, house, car. Not talking about it. Ready? Okay, got it. Ready? Can we clear the hall, please? Can we clear that hall?
Clear that doorway.
Oh, Aloka. Gigi stuck here for Aloka. Hi, Aloka. Oh, people miss you, Aloka. People miss you, Aloka. Aloka, we miss you, Aloka. Aloka, Aloka, we miss you, Aloka.
Imagine standing in a crowded room in Virginia on a biting cold winter day. The air is thick with the damp chill that seeps through coats and settles into the bones. Yet there is a warmth here that has nothing to do with the temperature. At the front of the room stands a figure who has become a living testament to the resilience of the human spirit. He is 99 days into a pilgrimage, a walk for peace, that has spanned states, seasons, and terrains. When he speaks, his voice is raspy, cracking under the weight of exhaustion and the sickness that often accompanies such prolonged exposure to the elements. I try my best to talk, he admits, his vocal cords strained, yet his message carries a clarity that cuts through the noise of our daily lives. This scene offers us a profound mirror for our own condition. We may not be walking across a continent, but many of us feel that we are on day 99 of our own personal struggles. We are tired. We are weathering our own winters, whether they be financial stress, relationship fatigue, or a general sense of unease about the state of the world. We look at a monk who has walked for months and perhaps we see someone extraordinary, someone unlike us, but if we listen closely to the wisdom emerging from his hoarse throat, we realize he is not asking us to marvel at his endurance. He is asking us to uncover our own. He is showing us that peace is not a destination we arrive at after the walking is done. Peace is the quality of the step itself. It is accessible right now, in the midst of the cold, in the midst of the sickness, in the midst of the crowd. The journey to inner peace does not begin when the conditions are perfect, it begins as he shows us exactly where we are, flawed and weary as we may be. But how does such a journey actually begin? We often imagine that great changes in our lives require thunderous revelations or lightning bolts of inspiration. We wait for the perfect time to start a new career, to mend a broken relationship, or to commit to our health. We wait for the motivation to strike. Yet, as the story of this 99-day walk unfolds, we learn that the origin of this massive undertaking was silence. It began 3 years ago, not with a fanfare, but with a silent vow. It was a single, quiet thought, a desire to do something for the people, a desire to walk. This concept of the silent vow, known in mindfulness traditions as *adhitthana*, or strong determination, is the invisible engine of all transformation. The monk shares that for 3 years, he nurtured this thought. He didn't just have a whim. He made a promise to himself that he reinforced over and over again. This challenges the way we typically approach our goals. We live in a culture of instant gratification, where we expect our desires to manifest immediately. When they don't, or when the initial burst of excitement fades, we give up. We treat our commitments like New Year's resolutions, earnest on January 1st, and forgotten by February. The teaching here is that motivation is a fickle friend. It comes and goes like the weather. If this walker had relied solely on feeling motivated, he would have stopped back in Texas when the heat was unbearable, or in the early days when the blisters formed. Instead, he relied on determination. He tells the crowd that without this strong determination, we are doomed to repeat the same cycles over and over. We do things for a couple of times, and then we quit. We leave a trail of half-finished projects and half-hearted promises behind us. The Walk for Peace exists today because one person decided that his vow was stronger than his comfort. It invites us to ask ourselves, what is the silent vow we have been afraid to make? What is the one thing we have been thinking about for 3 years? Waiting for permission to start? The lesson is that the permission never comes from the outside. It must come from a quiet, unshakable, yes, deep within our own hearts. However, a vow is abstract until it is brought down to earth. Grand intentions about world peace or transforming my life are wonderful, but they are often too big to hold on a Tuesday morning when the alarm goes off and the coffee spills. This is where the teaching shifts from the philosophical to the radically practical. The monk asks the crowd a simple, piercing question. How many of us have already practiced by writing down the statement, "Today is going to be my peaceful day"? The response in the room is telling. Out of 300 eager listeners, people who drove through the cold, waited in lines, and stood for hours to see him, only about 30 hands go up. That is 10%. This statistic is a striking reflection of the human condition. We love the idea of peace. We will drive miles to hear a lecture about it. But when asked to do the small, unglamorous work of picking up a pen and writing 7 words on a piece of paper, we resist. We have excuses. I didn't have time. I forgot. It feels silly. I can just think it in my head. The monk challenges this resistance with gentle but firm logic. If we just think about that in our head, it is totally different. He insists. He urges us to engage our whole being in the intention. When we write it down, our hand moves. When we read it, our eyes see it. When we speak it, our mouth vibrates with it. It is a ritual of alignment. By skipping this small step, we are telling ourselves that our peace is not worth 30 seconds of effort. We are willing to spend hours doom scrolling on our phones or worrying about the future. But we cannot spare a moment to set the trajectory of our day. This resistance is the problem he tries to diagnose. It's a lack of mindfulness in the mundane. We assume that because the act is small, the result will be small. But mindfulness teaches us that the ocean is made of drops. If we cannot master the morning minute, we cannot hope to master the day. The act of writing, "Today is going to be my peaceful day," is not a magic spell, it is a contract. It is a way of signing your name to the day's potential. Declaring that no matter what emails land in the inbox or what traffic jams occur, the baseline of your existence will be peace. It is the difference between being a passenger in your own life and being the driver. Why is this specific script, "Today is going to be my peaceful day*, so vital? It is because, without it, We are defenseless against the chaos of the world. The monk asks the room, "Who in here can manage your emotion when somebody says something? Does something to you?" He asks who can remain calm and patient when the world throws a curveball. Again, very few hands go up. For the vast majority, when the world pushes, we fall, we react, we snap back, and suddenly, the day is messed up. We have all experienced this. You wake up feeling fine, but then a rude comment from a coworker or a piece of bad news on the television hijacks your nervous system. You spend the rest of the day stewing in anger or anxiety. You are not living your day. You are reacting to someone else's. The monk points out that this happens because we are lacking mindfulness. We are walking through the world with our emotional immune systems compromised. The written vow acts as a shield. When you have taken the time to write, see, and say that today will be peaceful, you have installed a buffer between stimulus and response. When that rude comment comes, a part of your brain, primed by your morning ritual, remembers the vow. You pause. You think, "I decided this morning that today is a peaceful day. This anger does not fit into the container I built." It doesn't mean you become a robot or a doormat. It means you retain your power. You stop outsourcing your emotional state to the behavior of others. The monk's endurance on the road is a macrocosm of this micro practice. Just as he refuses to let the freezing wind stop his walk, the practitioner refuses to let a moment of frustration stop their peace. It is about emotional sovereignty. If we don't claim our day, the world will claim it for us. This claiming of the day extends beyond our own skin. There is a moment in the gathering where the teacher asks everyone to recite the phrase together. 1, 2, 3. Today is going to be my peaceful day. The sound rises from 300 throats, filling the hall. He asks them to listen to that voice, to hear the sound of themselves and their neighbors. He speaks of sending this energy to the universe. To a skeptical mind, this might sound esoteric, but viewed through the lens of mindfulness and psychology, it is deeply pragmatic. We are constantly broadcasting our internal state. When we are angry, we radiate a tension that our children, partners, and colleagues can feel instantly. We spread hate, anger, and everything to the universe. As he puts it, we pollute our social environment with our moods. Conversely, when we cultivate peace, we become a localized center of calm. Imagine if every house in a neighborhood did this. Imagine if, before leaving for school or work, every family member paused to set this intention. The universe the monk speaks of is not just the cosmos, it is our living room, our office, our grocery store. The universe will shower back down with love and kindness. He says, this is not magic, it is the law of reciprocity. If you enter a meeting with a genuine, grounded peace, you lower the temperature in the room. People de-escalate, aggression softens, you receive back what you projected. By speaking the vow aloud, we are not just talking to ourselves, we are making a public declaration of non-violence. We are saying that today, we choose to be part of the solution rather than the noise. In a world that often feels fractured and hostile, this is a radical act of service. We often feel helpless to change the big problems of the world. But we have absolute authority over the energy we bring into a room. To waste that power is a tragedy. To use it is to walk in spirit with the peace pilgrims, even if our feet never leave our hometown. This urgency to practice, to stop making excuses and actually write the note, say the words, and embody the peace, is underpinned by a stark reality. We do not have forever. The tone of the gathering shifts as the monk addresses the ultimate motivator, impermanence. Who can guarantee that you have a lot of time left in your life? He asks. Nobody. We live with the illusion of permanence. We act as if we have an infinite number of tomorrows in which to finally be happy, finally be kind, or finally be peaceful. We waste time on nonsense things, on petty grudges, on worrying about things that don't matter. We drift through life without thinking, repeating the same unhelpful patterns because we assume the clock will keep ticking. The monk's reminder is sharp but compassionate. Everything is impermanent. We could go to another world within a second. This is not meant to scare us, but to wake us up. If we knew we had limited time, would we spend our morning angry at the traffic? Would we skip the opportunity to tell ourselves, today will be peaceful? The walk he is undertaking is a long one, but life itself is short. The fancy jacket, the eyeglass, the house, the car, none of these accompany us across the threshold of death. The only thing we carry is the quality of our mind, the energy we cultivated. This perspective reframes the morning practice from a chore into a precious opportunity. Every time we choose peace, we are preparing ourselves for the ultimate letting go. We are packing the only bag that matters. And then, as if the universe wanted to test the very lesson being taught, the transcript records a moment of real-time crisis. In the middle of the lecture, a disturbance ripples through the crowd. A call for a medic. Someone has collapsed. In most gatherings, this would be the moment where peace evaporates. Panic usually sets in. People rush. Voices raise. Curiosity and fear take over. The lecture on peace is interrupted by the chaos of life. But here, the teacher demonstrates the ultimate application of his philosophy. He does not stop the class, he moves the classroom into reality. Everybody stay calm, he instructs. He clears the way for the helpers. But for the rest of the 300 people, he gives a different task. He does not let them give in to the rubbernecking or the anxiety. Right now I ask you, just close your eyes. He says, put your left hand on your heart. The right hand on top of your left hand. While the medics work, the room falls into a different kind of silence. He guides them to find their pulse. Focus on your heartbeat and feel it. This is the crucible of mindfulness. It is easy to be peaceful when everything is going according to plan. It is easy to feel spiritual when the incense is burning and the music is soft. But can you find your heartbeat when someone is collapsing 10 feet away? Can you be the calm center in the middle of a storm? He teaches them that their panic helps no one. The best way to support the person in distress is not to add to the chaos, but to contribute a grounded, stable energy. Support each other by being calm, he says, by anchoring themselves in the rhythm of their own hearts, knowing if it is fast, knowing if it is strong. They create a container of safety. They move from being spectators of a tragedy to being participants in a collective healing. The heartbeat becomes a metronome of presence. It brings them back from the what-ifs of the future to the undeniable reality of the now. In that moment, the abstract idea of world peace vanishes, replaced by the immediate, tangible peace of a regulated nervous system amidst uncertainty. This, ultimately, is the invitation that extends to us as we read these words. The Walk for Peace is not just a historic event happening on the roads of Virginia. It is a metaphor for the day you are about to live. You do not need to shave your head or wear robes to join this pilgrimage. You do not need to walk 99 days through the rain and snow. The pilgrimage happens every morning when you open your eyes. The road is your daily routine. The cold weather is your difficult boss or your financial stress. The sickness is your own doubt and fatigue. But the tools remain the same. It starts with the silent vow, the determination to be better today than you were yesterday. It manifests in the small, humble act of writing down your intention. Today is going to be my peaceful day. It survives through the shield of mindfulness that protects you from reactivity. It echoes out to the universe through your voice and your actions. And finally, when the inevitable emergencies of life occur, when the medic is called, metaphorically or literally, it anchors you in the beating of your own heart. The monk's voice may be losing its power after hundreds of miles, but the message is louder than ever. We are all walking. The only question is how we choose to take the next step, with the heaviness of habit, or with the lightness of a peaceful vow. The pen is on the table. The paper is waiting. The next heartbeat is yours to feel. The walk begins now.